Hi, this final presentation is going to focus on the abstract and reference sections of your paper, not because they're not the most significant, but because they have to be written last. Essentially, you write the abstract last because it focuses on the entire paper. It condenses it into a 250-word, 7 to 10 sentence paragraph, although it's not written in paragraph form, it's left justified without any indentation. But it briefly discusses and introduces your topic, thesis, key findings, methods, and presents the relevance for your reader. There's no citation involved in the abstract, and it should not go over about a half a page, 3/4 of a page. What to include then? No matter who you're writing for, whether it's for the College of Nursing or the College of Business, you need to clearly state your purpose, preview your methodology, knowing that you're going to get into the specifics later, a brief description of your results, this is for primary research only, and then your main conclusions and recommendations based on your research. So as I said before, 7 to 10 well-developed sentences to answer the following questions. What did you research and why? That is your thesis. What methods did you use? Who, what, when, why, how? How did you do your research? And what did you find? Again, those results are only if you did primary research. Other than that, you'll go right to the gaps that you believe your research filled, and then talk about how they were filled as far as discussing briefly your conclusions and recommendations. Now again, this is super brief because you're going to get into the explanation in your actual paper, and that's why it must be followed by a well-developed research paper. So reference and citation, the difference is citation being within your paper, reference being outside. There are rules that you must follow, and they're best found in your reference guide. I refer to mine all the time. Most importantly, you need to know your source type. What kind of information are you using? Is it from a website? Is it a journal article from a website, or is it a Wikipedia article? They're cited differently. Is it a government website, or is it a book you used? Is it a government pamphlet or a government website? Who is the author? What is the publication date? What is the title of the article, the journal? Where did it come from? You need to have all of that information in order to write the reference citation. In order to write that, you'll need to refer to your APA manual, or the apastyle.org is also helpful, and it will review the basics. I'll go over a few of them here, but the most important thing is that you understand the formatting specified for your particular source, because the point is to not only give credit to your source, but to make sure that your reader knows what type of source it was so they can find it. You need to make sure you understand and note the differences in presentation of information as far as what gets capitalized, what gets italics, and what are the necessary inclusions for your type of citation. Generally, they all start with the author title, unless you don't have an author. Here there are 3 examples. In the final example, the Ford Foundation, you're giving credit to the organization that published the article. In the first, the Friedman citation reference, the couple of things to point out as far as what gets italicized. Either the title of a journal or the title of a book, that gets italicized, but article titles do not. Capitalization for book titles is only the first word or the word that follows a punctuation like a colon or a dash, or a proper noun. With a journal article, the entire journal article gets italicized, and the words, with the exception of articles, the words are capitalized for the journal title. The articles, though, again, are straight out regular font, single spaces after periods. Make sure that you know where all the periods go, as in the final one, when you don't have a date on something, because it generally goes author or organization followed by the date. But if you don't have a date, a publication date, the letters ND need to go there, but it looks like a lot of periods, but that's the way it's supposed to be. And if you refer to your APA manual, it's all there, but sometimes those are the things you miss. In the second, which is a journal article from the social science research journal, the DOI number is there. If you don't have a DOI number, then you need to put a URL, a website to go to. If you don't know what it is, you need to go find it. If your article didn't tell you, you need to look up your article online and find it online so that you can give a URL. And in the last thing I'll note, and like I said, the best thing for you to do is know your source and look it up and try to identify it. But in the final example here, retrieved from, generally speaking, you're only ever going to use retrieved from. You only would use retrieved by if you thought that the website was going to change on a regular basis and the information would not be able to be found. If you are not sure if your website is like that, ask a librarian, ask a tutor, ask your instructor what they would like you to do. But in order to ask for help, you need to know what type of source you have, and then give your best guess. Always try to do your best. Start with your author, date, title, and if there's an article title, continue on, and then your publisher, where you got it from. You'll be pretty close. The idea is here to give credit to the source. Further help outside of your APA manual would be the Purdue OWL has a very clear, has directions for how to think about APA, written slightly differently for their students. The University of Oklahoma has a good APA reference checklist, and UMass and UNC both have helpful articles for how to think about that abstract. I hope this is helpful. Good luck.